All right. So when did you first start switch hitting?
Yeah, man, I first started switch hitting when I was 15 years old. The background story pretty much is the following winter after we won state in 2013. It was the Little League Juniors. We won state
Mm-hmm.
in 2013 in July. That following winter, I wanted to be different. I kind of wanted to be unusual.
Mm-hmm.
So I started to teach myself how to bat left-handed.
Interesting.
But me and my dad were kind of goofing off in the batting cage, and I was swinging left-handed, and
Mm-hmm.
he was like, "Hey, you should kind of try it." So
Yeah.
I kind of taught myself how to do it. You know, nobody really helped me.
Yeah.
It was I just did it kind of all on my own.
What made you want to kind of do that? What made you want to make that switch or
Uh,
jump?
yeah, for multiple different reasons. Number one, I started the practice batting left-handed just to work on bunting.
Okay.
You know, because it's a big advantage bunting left-handed, and you're a lot closer to first. And that's really how I um, can steal extra hits and stuff like that. And you know, I just started off bunting, and then bunting ended up turning into swinging. And so for every round of hitting, I always took a round of bunting just to get the vision down and the batting stance down and the hand-eye coordination down.
Nice.
And then I eventually worked that into swinging.
Were there anybody that was encouraging you, or were most people kind of discouraging you from doing it?
Yeah, pretty much every person I was teammates with discouraged me, and even my own coach was discouraging me. And I knew it was going to be a tough road. I knew I was going to go through some very tough times trying to practice it,
Yeah.
but I don't live a life of regret.
Yeah.
And but yeah, lots of guys, my teammates in high school were telling me not to do it. My coach was telling me not to do it, and it was just kind of like motivation. See, what they didn't realize is every time they would tell me not to do it, I would do it.
Yeah.
Like I would use that as motivation to keep going
Mm-hmm.
and to keep striving for greatness and to never give up.
Mm.
And that's what they didn't realize. Every time they were trying to tell me not to do it, I would just keep doing it. I knew it was going to be really hard. I knew I was going to go through some tough times. But I did it when I was 15. I was a sophomore in high school. And I had just batted right-handed my sophomore year. But in the meantime, I would practice left-handed. But I would just bat right-handed during the game.
Nice.
And then my junior year of high school came around, and I said to myself, you know what? I feel like I can do this. So I batted switch hit for the first time my junior year. And it didn't really go so well. I knew it was going to be tough. I wasn't really, I didn't have the hand-eye coordination yet, and you know I struck out a lot. And again, I knew it was going to be tough. But I always told myself, no matter what happens, never, ever, ever give up.
What would you tell a younger player right now? Maybe he's in high school. He's kind of interested in maybe switch hitting, but people are discouraging him. What would you tell him?
Yeah, I mean, I truthfully would say, like, start at a young age. Start as early as you possibly can. And for every 100 swings right-handed, do 100 swings left-handed. For every 100 bunts right-handed, do 100 bunts left-handed. Like, it's double the work. Like, if you're willing to put in double the work, I would highly recommend doing it. So I personally would say start at a young age and do double the work, and never, ever, ever give up. No matter what happens, never give up in any capacity in life.
What were what were some of the things you did that kind of helped you improve your other side?
Yeah, that's a great question, Blisco, and I get this question a lot. And truthfully, like when I started to bat switch hit, I told myself, you know, I need to start writing left-handed. So I started off by writing my name left-handed.
Yeah.
You know, just simply, like just started writing my name left-handed with a pen and a paper, and I would start writing the alphabet left-handed and start writing words left-handed. I would do that from both sides. I would start brushing my teeth left-handed. I used to eat, like no matter what, I would cut food left-handed. I would eat with a fork left-handed. I would pretty much do everything I can left-handed. I would pretty much do that as much as I can at home, and I knew it was going to help me a few years down the road. I knew it was going to help me in the long run. And that's one of the reasons why I'm a power lefty. Like most of my home runs all came left-handed, just specifically for that reason. Indeed it is, specifically for that reasoning. Like I got a pen and a paper, I got a notebook, I just started writing words left-handed, and I started eating left-handed and cutting food and doing whatever I do around the house right-handed, I would do it left-handed.
Nice.
Every single day, by the way.
Yeah. That's huge. That's huge.
Indeed it is.
When was your first successful season as a lefty?
I personally would have to say my sophomore year of college.
Okay.
I was at College of Lake County. It was a junior college. I ended up winning all conference that season. I snagged like almost 30 stolen bases, and I hit 2 home runs. And true story, I never hit a home run my entire life up until that point. I was 19 years old, and my very first home run in general came batting left-handed. And it was a 5-year grind. From the time I started to the time I hit my first home run, it was a 5-year grind. And I never hit a home run batting right-handed till that point. And the first home run I ever hit was batting left-handed, and it was crazy. And it was a memorable time in my life. So I personally would have to say my sophomore year of college was like my first successful season batting switch hit.
Wow. You know, there's actually an interesting story on Sudahara O.
Oh, yep.
He's the all-time home run leader.
Indeed he is.
All-time. Japan.
Japan, yeah. 868.
And yeah, I found out that this guy was actually a right-handed hitter.
Really?
Now, he's famous for being a left-handed hitter. He hit a bunch of home runs. I think all his, like, NPB home runs were, like, 868, lefty.
Yep.
And till he was, like, actually in pro ball, he was batting righty.
That's crazy.
And some guy told him, yo, you should just bat lefty. And he was like, all right. Tried it. Ended up going pro ball. The rest is history.
That's crazy. I actually never knew that.
Yeah.
Never knew that.
That's in his book, A Zen Way of Baseball. Sudahara O. It's a good book. A lot of good gold nuggets in there, by the way, for the viewers watching. It's hard to get a hold of. It's on eBay. You can pay a fortune for it, probably, but yeah, it's interesting. So why is switch hitting so rare?
Yeah, personally, switch hitting is so rare because it's double the work, and not too many people want to do double the work. I mean, hitting a baseball is really hard already.
Yep.
So why would you do it from your weaker side?
Right.
So the reason why switch hitting is so rare is because like it's not just like your batting stance and the mental part of it. It's the fine motor skills, your hand-eye coordination, your non-dominant hand. You're using that consistently, and not too many people want to do that.
Yeah.
And also another thing is a lot of coaches and a lot of dads discourage kids batting switch hit. That's the reason why. Also a reason why it is rare, is because kids listen to them and they go, okay, I'm not going to bat switch hit just because somebody tells them to. And but yeah, it's double the work. You know, it's a whole process, and it takes years and years of practice. For an example, when I was at my PBR camp in 2016, me, Gavin Lux, who plays for the LA Dodgers, Jared Kelenic was there. He plays for the Atlanta Braves. When I was at that camp, me and only one other kid were switch hitters. It was like 2 and 200. There was like 200 kids at that camp, and me and one other kid were switch hitters. It's extremely rare.
Gotcha. So who are your like top 3 favorite switch hitters of all time?
Of all time?
Yeah.
Well, I gotta say, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Charlie Hustle, Pete Rose. You know, I never saw Pete Rose play, but I have his book. I saw his highlight tape, and he loved the game of baseball, and he had 3,000 hits left-handed. He's the all-time hit king, and Pete Rose for sure. And I grew up watching Billy Hamilton, and he was like one of the fastest guys I've ever seen. His first career stolen base was off of Yadier Molina. He's a switch hitter as well. I loved watching Jose Reyes too.
Oh yeah,
Jose Reyes is a switch hitter.
He's a good one.
And another current guy that I love seeing that's a switch hitter is Mr. Jose Ramirez.
Oh yeah.
You know, he's in the 30-30 club. You know, he pretty much has power right-handed, power left-handed. He could steal bases. You know, I look up to guys like that. If I had an honorable mention, shout out to Boricua, Puerto Ricans, Carlos Beltran.
Oh, Carlos Beltran's legit. How long did it take for you to kind of be able to read certain like off-speed pitches from the new side?
Yeah, that part was kind of tough for me because like I did have the advantage, but I still struck out. I still didn't have the hand-eye coordination down. I would personally probably have to say either my sophomore year or my junior year of college. You know, it took me a while for me to finally see the curveball, and it took me a while. But I'll probably have to say when I was in college and I was at my junior college before I transferred to my 4-year school, I was finally able to see the spin on the ball coming toward me, and next thing you know, a couple of my home runs I've hit were off of hanging curveballs.
Yeah, that's great. So in the beginning, when you were first like, it might be hard to think back to this, but in the beginning when you first started batting lefty, what were some tendencies that you had that you didn't have on your right side? You know, your right side's locked in, but what was something that kind of felt weird on your left to begin with, like when you first started?
Well, everything. If I'm being honest with you.
Yeah, that's fair.
The vision, the feel, and the comfortability of me holding the bat with my left hand on top.
Yeah.
Like just the comfortability, the vision I would have turning my shoulder on the right side as opposed to the left side. And every time I would swing, I would always pull off. Like I would pretty much like swing with my back and swing with my shoulders. Like I would like pretty much like swing my back off, you know, batting left-handed. And I would watch it on film, and I was kind of so uncoordinated. Just pretty much everything, honestly. My balance, my coordination, my comfortability.
Yeah.
So then I told myself, in order for me to fix that, I would start hitting opposite field. Hitting opposite field really improved myself hitting left-handed.
Yep.
I just started working opposite field, hitting line drives to the shortstop, hard hit ground balls to the shortstop.
Yeah.
And then I eventually got the hang of it day by day. It was a whole process.
Yeah.
Everything felt uncomfortable, to answer your question. Everything.
Yeah. And I say that because I'm actually, I mean, you know, we've been working. I've been getting, I'm obviously not a switch hitter, but I've just been kind of getting some extra reps on the right side.
Yep.
Thanks to you and your encouragement. And I've been feeling like I've been doing some things that just I would never do on my left side, but like I'm kind of utilizing certain parts of my body. I'm like, that just doesn't look right. I look at myself on video, I'm like, that doesn't look right compared to my lefty. But I mean, I guess it is a process, and ultimately I'm not batting righty in a game right now. So, but there was a time I did bat righty for 9 at bats in high school because I broke my hamate bone. So I tried, had 3 for 9. That's the one time I batted righty.
There you go.
But
that's what's up.
I will say, people did discourage me. I had a hitting instructor. He was like, Chris, you know, you really don't want to bat. You don't really need to bat righty as well because you're already a lefty. And I'm like, well, but I'm like, I wanted to, and maybe I should have. Maybe I should have done it anyway. And it's a testament to you, like, you know, for pushing through even when people were saying it's not a good idea.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it takes some strong will to override some of your kind of elders. You know, when they say something like "don't do this" or "don't," you just went through and you did it anyway. That's pretty.
I did.
That's pretty impressive, honestly.
Yeah, and truth is, I proved a lot of people wrong.
Yeah.
I proved a lot of my coaches wrong, particularly my high school coach, particularly my travel ball coach that I grew up getting coached by.
Yeah.
I proved a lot of people wrong. I really did. And believe it or not, my travel ball coach was at that game when I hit my very first home run, and it was batting left-handed. I was at that game.
Nice.
It was March of 2018. I still have the ball.
Yeah.
He was there. He was batting left-handed. It was a fastball, and that was the first home run I ever hit in general. And it was probably a very memorable time in my life.
What did he say to that? What did he?
Nothing.
Nothing. He couldn't. Huh?
He was speechless.
Yeah.
He was out of words. If I'm being honest with you.
Yeah.
You know, he really was. And but like I said, I told myself it's going to be hard. Things are going to get hard.
Yeah.
But no matter what happens, never, ever, ever give up. For all the kids watching, never, ever, ever give up on what you started.
Yep.
Like, just because it gets hard, that doesn't mean that you give up. You keep going. When people tell you not to do stuff, you keep going.
Yep.
You know?
And that's another thing. You know, for all the people that say switch hitting, you don't really need to do it, you know, whatever. It's like when it comes crunch time and they're looking at dudes and they see some athletic dude who can run, who can hit for power, and he's a switch hitter, and he's a great fielder, it's kind of hard to overlook that guy. It's kind of hard to overlook him. I've seen guys that have gotten picked up that, hey, you know, they were good as is, but that's that switch hitting factor. It's an X factor, I think. It's like it shows you're versatile. It shows you're like so crazy coordinated, because you really have to be working both sides of your brain for that to really work. I mean, most people don't know that. Like, you have to really be in tune with your brain on both sides, because you're using both hemispheres when you're switch hitting.
Indeed.
So.
Yeah, indeed you are. And that's why I always say you have to work both sides. Don't just work one side. Like, if you're gonna write left-handed, write right-handed also. You know, you got to work both sides. That way you're even. And another thing we forgot to point out is, personally, I don't really say both of your batting stances should be equal. That should be a mirror image. I don't really believe in that. I believe in comfortability. If you're comfortable having a different stance left-handed, that's fine. If you're comfortable having a different stance batting right-handed, that's fine. Like, I believe as being a switch hitter, you're two different hitters. Like, your right-handed swing is different than your left-handed swing. Like, you're two different hitters. I believe in comfortability as opposed to mirror image. You know, I don't really believe in mirror image. I believe in comfortability. Like, if you're comfortable having an open stance left-handed and a closed stance batting right-handed, whatever works.